welcome back to TimberBorn. And last time we set up our little island farm here, and the contamination is actually spreading as we watch. So I'm gonna leave this for a bit, and we might use paths to just trace out where it spreads to before we put contamination barriers in. Actually, quite a long way by the looks of it. Yep, that's pretty severe, but we might be able to get a little bit more planting going on. So I think oh wow, it's literally spreading as we sit here. But the plan is to plant potatoes and wheat on here to really up our food value. So we should probably actually can this dude, yeah, he can do all of that. So probably just because it's night time. So first thing, I am recording on my laptop sat with my 4 dogs, so there may be a bit more background noise than normal. I'll try and minimize it, but yeah, I'm downstairs because Mrs. Disturbed has gone to bed because she's not feeling well with her chronic health problems. Yeah, so what I want to do in this video is really concentrate. Pause you, and I'm going to start you. I want to really concentrate on, oh, that's contaminated. How's that got? I guess the contamination has got through the entrance way. So maybe I need to drop a contamination barrier under there. Let's try that, shall we? See if that helps. And it also looks like we need to build some along here. So let's delete this piece of path. Helps if I select delete. And actually, I wonder if I go up that way a little bit more, whether that'll have more of an effect than working around it. So we're going to put those in for now. I'm going to prioritize those as well. How far away are we from having spattered up? We're 6 days away, so I'm going to unpause. I'm going to leave 1 in there. How are we doing for beaver population over here? We are 7 short at the moment. They're probably missing it from the horse. That's okay. So we have got our extra house here, which is going to go in at some point. And all this explosives, which we'll eventually get to, and stuff. But I want to focus on getting food stabilized across the different colonies, and it looks like that has helped sort that, which is awesome. So we just need to sort the contamination up here. And I'm not sure whether it's better to go along or across to protect things. And that seems to be working. So let's do... God, why can't I see? I really struggle to see that contamination barrier. Let's go that way. 1 more. Because that's actually knocked off most of that corner. So then maybe we'll do 1 across here. I don't know. We'll see how we get on with getting that sorted. And over here, all of the explosives are in. So let's detonate this. Remember, the aim of this is to be able to, and then we can reprioritize this. We want to get the bad water out of this area, and then hopefully be able to farm this. And I put in this channel to try and actually minimize the need for the wall, but because I was being a bit slow and didn't think about building the wall from the top. So yeah, but that does seem actually to be having quite a big effect. Obviously there's a bad tide going on, so there's essentially unlimited bad water to feed in from this way for now. But yeah, that seems to be doing actually a pretty good job of stopping the bad water from this way coming in. So that's really good. Hopefully they'll get that done. Right. Because what I would like to be able to do is between, you know, we're sectioning off here. We could probably afford to just leave some space. And then I want to do similar down here and farm this whole area. We could probably get rid of these contamination barriers and make a much bigger farm to stabilize the food supply over here, because these guys actually, their food's gone up quite a bit. I think that's from our bonus carrot farming that we did in the drought, which is really cool. Why? What's going on here? Why are you 40% contaminated? How are you 40% contaminated? Because that's up. And that's the only way for it to get in. That should be up. 19. Oops. There we go. But even so, that shouldn't be a thing. And that's very contaminated. That's not so good. Let's disable and unpause and try and improve that situation, because that's probably not helping with all of the contamination down here. But most of our wheat is growing just fine, which is really good. That's hopefully going to help. And I think clearly so. Two ways we could tackle this problem. We need a longer term solution for dealing with the bad tide. So what I was thinking is we could raise the land up to be this level, and that would stop a lot of the contamination. We could do the contamination barriers, or we could try and work on a better long-term solution for dealing with bad tides. And I think that's probably what we should do. How's this looking? So it's still a little bit contaminated, but I wonder if now we come across and see if that makes a difference. This we are tackling by eventually terraforming this. I'm guessing that they can't actually get to that because I need to put a staircase in there. That was a little bit silly. I want to actually pause that for now. I don't want to expand the population until we've got our spaladoc in. We've got maple pastries coming in. Wow. And the bakery is in for the spaladoc. So let's pause that. There's only a little bit now that's contaminated. Hopefully this will fix it, and we'll be good. Again, long term, hopefully we won't have bad tides coming through here. Hopefully we can improve, or at least improve things with our plan up here, which we can't carry on with until the bad tide is over, of having a bit more control over where the water goes. So let's watch and see now. Might take a little while for it to fade. Maybe we come back. There we go. It's fading. It's fading. If we just have one contaminated square, I think I can live with that. That's interesting that they can completely ignore the lack of path to go build that. In fact, no, we have no contaminated squares. Awesome. So the only bit now is this, which this will address, and we'll actually either backfill this with land or make the aquatic garden bigger. Either is definitely an option. Right, over here we still have issues with contamination as well. I'm guessing, I mean, we could delete these now. These aren't actually needed, are they? Apart from to connect. Where are you going with those? You're building those contamination barriers. That's okay. You can keep doing that. We'll let them do that. And then I'm thinking, actually, if we demolish some of these, we can put some contamination barriers across there. But in terms of food, this district is absolutely fine. It's got tons of everything. So we don't need to worry too much about food in this district. And what we need is a drought for the next project for these guys. But I think something that I spoke about doing, and we should do, is trying to join this district up to this district over here to help with sharing resources around. So to do that, we're going to have to platform because of the bad tides. So do that bit first. And yeah, we'll make our way over. It means, in fact, if we get this bridge built, we can just come across here. And that'll be hooked up if we join this together. And probably the least resource intensive way to do that is with a couple of ladders rather than exploding, or a couple of staircases. Rather than exploding everything, let's just do that. And then, yeah, we can get across there. And that'll be kind of cool. Yeah. Right, how's our Spaladox? 62%. Okay. How's our... Yeah, this is actually drying this out. So that's kind of cool. Do we have... Yep, we still have loads of dirt. So we should probably have this one set to obtain to get dirt close to where they're building the wall. That'd be sensible, wouldn't it? And also, let's stop playing on single time, because otherwise we're never going to achieve anything. You will occasionally lose game sound through this, as I tab to... I only have a single screen on the laptop, and I need to tab to check the recording is still running okay. So, yeah. That's that. So, yeah, this district, I guess the key is going to be sectioning off probably across here, I think, because we do rely on fresh water sweeping through here. So I guess we could come off of that. And let's do my favorite thing and start planning more excessive building, because that's what we like doing. And yeah, we do something like that. That's going to take a little while. But what that will do is that will turn this whole area into something that is dry. What we could do, what we should do, because we probably want to be able to get some water into this area, is maybe, I do listen to what people suggest, we delete one of these, which means we're going to need to platform around it. I'll come back to the what people suggest in a moment. We need to rotate that block. Then what we will do is we will put a floodgate in here, because that will let us get water into this pool. And we'll use a stream gauge to control it so it doesn't flood everywhere. And we could even wall round it to make it deeper. That might be worthwhile, actually. We will see. So I have almost got this in. It's funny the bad tide's actually coming out through that bit. Yeah, that channel has definitely worked. I like that. I like that a lot. So over here, we also put in a bunch of clearing work to do so we could build windmills. And they haven't really got to that yet. I guess there are other more urgent activities. Probably building this darn bridge, which is not super urgent, but actually, if we're going to be linking the two communities up, is not crazy, and probably it's worth giving some priority to clearing some of those birch trees off. How long is this gap? Could we bridge it? Could we bridge it? It's 11. We could. That might be kind of fun. If I go into bridges, because they're both metal, aren't they? Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. And then we can put a 5 by that side. That'll look kind of cool, I think. Because it's straight, we can do that. So we could have done something with bridges and platforms to do this, but I kind of like that idea. We do need them to finish that, and I'm going to high prioritize removing that tree, because that, once they can get across here, that will let us put the bridge, and these guys could build it from this end then. And that would be kind of fun. Wow, that's in. Awesome. And that dynamite's all in, so we can detonate that. They won't be able to get to this one until we get a drought or we enable them to bridge across to it, but that's okay. I'm not too worried about that. If we'd carried on building the domes, we could have shut this off and this area would have all been dry. Maybe that would have been sensible. Maybe the sensible thing would have been to build those, to have not built this wall, to have built this one all the way down here and have this whole area as dry land. Maybe that's a future thing. Maybe that's a future thing. It certainly seems to have made that shallower as well, with the rate that it's running out. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. So, okay, these guys are building the bridge. They are actually cracking on with that pretty well. So, that's kind of cool. How's our Spadadox nearly grown? That's cool as well. So, there's what we probably want to do is stage some dirt here. And I think what we'll do is a fairly basic job of, we put that in, set that to be dirt and set that to obtain. We'll set this one back to supply, and that'll hopefully help. And obviously, if they finish this before the bad tide ends, we'll have to wait for this to dry out. If not, we can, hopefully the clean water will clear it out. Yep. Actually, other thing we can do now is there are some logs in here, I think. Not that we particularly need them, but yeah, there are a load of logs there, because there was an oak stand here that was dead. But if they want them, they can then go and get those as well. Cool. Transforming the map continues. How's this looking now? It's only 5% contaminated. So, yeah, we need to do something with this. We need to do something with this. I don't think we can do enough to pull the water away easily. So we might want to do a test. Going to do a test. Can they get to those? They can. This, if it doesn't work, we'll blow it up. I'm curious how high we have to go to not be contaminated when we're right next to it, because I could just raise this island up. Here's what I'm thinking. Rather than surrounding it with contamination barriers. And again, I don't remember who's... I'm really bad with names on comments. These pumps definitely did make a huge difference to our water security. And we seem to have a swimming pool, because this needs to dry out after it flooded. It's going to take a while, probably. So we won't put the building in there yet. These guys are now hammering on with the bridge, which is very cool. We did get the bad water rig built, didn't we? Yep, we did. We are producing our packaged foods, which is cool. Everything's just, if I click off so we get a global view. So yeah. So really, we've got quite a lot of food. We've got decent water. We've got decent amount of logs. We're pretty good for most things except metal beams, and we're using quite a lot of metal beams at the moment. And that will improve once this district is properly up and running. So here comes the spatter dock. So probably can't afford to have more than one guy farming this, but do we have... We probably want to build... I'm going to throw in a medium warehouse for what's the ratio for spatter dock? One spatter dock gives 3 grilled. Yeah, if we have a... How do I want to put that? Give me the build like that. We're going to high prioritize that. That's going to be for the spatter dock. And then we are going to put in a smaller warehouse over here. We'll do a long, tiny warehouse for the grilled spatter dock. There we go. Set to obtain. We will unpause you. And these guys are now producing some of their own food. Yes, they had a helping hand. They're still getting a helping hand technically from the other district providing water. But, you know, actually, wow, that bridge is nearly built. That's awesome. And that bridge is getting there. So we're building bridges, beavers. So now if they come and get that tree, which hopefully this dude is doing, we can then go number 5 bridge. Yes. And I think the beavers from the other district from the main district will build this as well. And then we can put district crossing in here. Yeah, I think that'll be good. That'll be good. Lots of spatter dock up. So I'm going to sacrifice some hauling capacity to get this spatter dock farmed and get some food production going. Let's make sure we've got a guy in the grill. So that's all good. So last time I did the little welfare thingy, I think we should start putting in other monuments. And just wondering, it's probably better it touches, if we put it there, they can reach it. I'm going to make that a low priority to build so they work on it slowly. They've been clearing trees away down here, which is good. So let's give them a bit of path so they can do some more, and we'll put some stairs there. Right. something that I think would be good. So before we really ramp up the mine, we probably need to be thinking about bots, which is not that far away. Or well, we're gonna take a little bit. Ideally, we want bots to run the mine. What I'm thinking with what we're doing up here is maybe we put some trees up around this, because this kind of terrain suits trees better than farming, I think. So I think maybe we do that, and we put bot production in here. So this district becomes a district that does metal and bots, because we do need to get into bots. And if we put enough windmills up here, it will power the bot production just fine. Wow, they're cracking on with that, aren't they? Let's put that up high. I want to put in a stream gauge as well. I would quite like to put it down here. I want to put it down there. Yeah. Can we deepen that? Can we put explosives in there? No. So the only way we could deepen that would be to raise it up and then use a mechanical pump to fill it, which I don't really think we should do. But yeah, once this is in, the other thing that we might want to do is, I mean, it's not really pulling the bad water through now, is it, with how this is set up? So we're going to have to wait for this to dry out, I think. Or get a bad water pump in and pump it out. That might not be a bad idea. And if we put it in this bit where it's deeper, I'm going to pause the build of that until we get this finished, because we don't want to be pumping it. And I guess the other way we could do it with a mechanical pump. No, let's try pumping it out that way. Let's try pumping it out that way. So this is still infected. So what if we go up 3 blocks? Can they reach those? They can. I'm not sure I really want to build the whole island up that high, but it's not impossible that we could do that. So, hey, we have more wheat. So, good, and there is storage for the wheat down here. Why did I put that to cattail roots? That should be wheat. So the guys that are farming the wheat up here only have to take it to that warehouse, and then that warehouse is set to supply. That is enough. Do I really want to build this island up that high? Now, just so if you're not used to it, the contamination will still get behind this wall, so we can't just build a wall of terrain that high all the way around and block it off. We would have to lift the whole island up that high. Now we could start working on that slowly. We could. And further in, we necessarily need to go that high. So I guess the next test is what happens if we do too high here. Is that far enough back? Because if that worked, we could maybe do that around the island. I would be keener to do that and leave a border, I think. No, they're progressing quite nicely. These have now got more food, which is great. They're clearing the trees. They're building the bridges. Building bridges is obviously important. Yeah, that's going to be really cool having those connected up as well. It's just going to make some of the distribution easier. And the next big project I want to do in this area, well, there's 2, isn't there? There's this one, which definitely needs Well, we could carry on doing this during temperate season because we could work closer to home. But I have another project that I want to tackle, which pretty much we need a drought for. So, the other again, I'm really bad with checking names. The comment I had today was about maybe replacing some of these with floodgates. I'm not sure if we're going to get to building this yet. So we'll see. We'll see. Actually, one thing I'm pondering, and we might have to build this up, is to deal with bad tide, to cut this out and put floodgates in here, and maybe put floodgates across here and push the bad tide into this half of the map. That might need work down here, but it's something that I'm thinking about. And yeah, we could maybe try tackling that from this district once we've got it more established. I think it would probably work okay. So we've got a few more birch trees we want to mark for cutting. I could probably have harvested these, but it's going to give what, maybe 30 timber or so. Really not that worthwhile at this point. When there's a colony we've got over 1,000, we can just import it. We're not using any of this power yet, so I think we want to tap into there and put in a 4x. And I think also we probably want to put in at least one medium framed flywheel out, but that's not going to connect power, is it? So that's not going to work. No, let's put that back. We need somewhere to store power. Maybe we do what we did up the other end, because if we're going to get into bot production, we need a lot of power stored. So maybe we put in one of these beasties somewhere over here. That might be a good idea. That might be a good idea. But I think the first thing we are going to do, the next thing we are going to do over here, is start to build our windmills to power the industry. How are they doing on that? One's nearly built. That one's not far off, actually. They're going to get that built super quick. It's awesome. And over here, they're cracking on with that nicely as well. Brilliant. Love it. That's in. So we'll be able to make use of that once it's drained. What we'll do is we'll control the floodgate by the water level here. And we'll just disable it during drought and a bad tide. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, so this is not contaminated. So as long as we stayed back a few, I guess we do maybe that. Not sure about that block. And then just slowly look at placing some terrain blocks to sketch out where things would be okay. Hopefully now this district is doing better for food. It's got a decent amount of bread. Those carrots are really holding up well. We don't have any storage for grilled chestnuts, so we should... Do we have a whole load of spare beavers? Or do we have a load of... Oh, we've got some injured ones. We've got medical beds, so that'll be okay. Yeah, we could do it building some more storage, and What's that one? Sunflower seeds. Probably don't need sunflower seed storage over here. Let's make that. Why can't I see them? Grilled chestnuts. There we go. These guys exporting. These guys aren't exporting any food, are they? They are. We really don't want them sending food that way. Turn all that off. We want them importing food, obviously, but not really exporting it. They don't make enough for that. Awesome, they've nearly got that, but they probably need a path to get that last piece. That's cool, because then that can just dry out, and yeah. I still think long term we might build the domes over those, which we had almost built, and I had a hissy fit about. I should have paused them rather than doing what I did. Scrap metal storage is almost full, so maybe we don't need so many scrap metal people. So we'll just deprioritize some of that. There are 26 spare beavers across the... Most of them must be here. Yeah, they're all here. That's okay. They will be busy pumping water in 8 days' time, so they can have a little bit of a holiday. Yeah, the thing that I was thinking about doing, and I just need to make sure there is no way for beavers to get to this, was to start sketching out some of the waterways. And I think we're going to have this be a 3 wide that goes straight out. And then it's also going to cut straight across here. So to keep doing the drought farming, we will need to have some bridging. That's okay. And then I think we'll just shuffle it over as we come along here. No, I didn't mean to do that. Let's delete it without trying to delete. I do want it deeper under the water pump. So maybe what we should be doing actually is shifting across like that, maybe, and then like that, and we'd have them come in there, and then we keep shifting across like this and into that, like that. And we might need to widen that out. So that's obviously only part of what we will have. We will have to have a stream that comes down here to link up with this. We will have a bigger one that comes across this way and through here into this. We will have to have something that comes across here until we turn this into a water tank. Oh wow, they've got that done. Awesome. So they should now fairly quickly between them clear these trees out, and we will put in a district crossing. But I might be a little bit maybe unusual about how we do this. So I think the first thing we're going to do is bring that up so that it matches. And I might end up removing it later on, but hey, that's what explosives are for. Nothing has to be permanent on here. I'm really guilty of that in the past, of, you know, having permanence of things. It doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be, because what I want to do, I think, is we're going to come across this way. And we're going to come this way a bit. so that we can have some storage. Let me think. We wanted to build a district crossing. If I want it that way, yeah, that would work. That would work. And then we could have some, a bit like I've done for the other one. You can have some piles. Actually, we can bring the path that way as well, can't we? If we bring the path that way, we could do stuff up here that's a bit cheaty. I know. And then we'll do a few warehouses. And let's do another pile there. Let's do a small pile. And we also want to do a water tank. I think I might put a medium water tank in that bit there. Pause building that for now, so they do the other stuff first. This is working really well for their food. That's brilliant. Pleased with that. I'm going to... Not sure what else they're working on over here, but we're going to give that a bit of priority, get that done. That one obviously was not quite in the right place, so we would need to dynamite you back out. We'll high prioritize that and we'll put a block behind it. So I'm really just trying to sketch out, but by the same logic, we want to go there, there. And we'll just try and build an island that's robust to the contamination. Pause that so they can get to the explosive first. Yeah, these guys have now got a decent amount of bread and they've still got loads of carrots and they've got some potatoes, so that's really good. Those contamination barriers are all in, so that area is now not contaminated, so we can put some more plant crops, spaladoc and cattail there. And we then want to try and sort this, and we now don't need these blocks here. So what we can do, if we can make it so they can get to them, yes, the way we do that is that path there, and then put a ladder there, and then we'll start building some contamination barriers. Yeah, we'll put some contamination barriers across here, kind of like we did over the other one, because the contamination is coming in from here. We could almost do it across here, but we are getting contamination on this corner as well. So let's see how that goes. And I have managed to disconnect those tanks, so we need to do that. Let's prioritize them building that jobby. Awesome. And oh cool, they've got these in, so these are now storing power to power those. And we can fill this hole with something. If we wanted to put a warehouse in there, a large warehouse would fit, but we would need to blast out a 3 deep hole there so we could put ladders down to get into it. But let's do that. I don't see why we wouldn't want to do that. The other thing that I want to do in preparation for some changes here is build a path around there. So, yep. Yep. Awesome. I think eventually I would like to change the rest of this district in the center. Because this is kind of what grew out of survival. And maybe we should keep it because of that. But I don't know. So let's detonate you. Let's unpause you. And we will continue to trace out what I think is a path around the island which is going to stay free from contamination. And basically we need to leave 2 back. So in theory we could go where the path is, but we can't because the path is there. So, and what I might end up having to do is ripping this out, mass terraforming this. So probably what would be a good idea is to build, yeah, I was going to build an underground one, but that's so much resources compared to this. We'll build 2 large piles for dirt. We have some spare beavers over here. Let's get the dirt extractor going again. We have loads of extract. That's good. So let's get that going. Why is that too far from... because I missed a piece of path out. That's why they've not built that. Okay. Get that finished. We've got 4 days left of the bad side. That's in and dried out. So that means they can now plant all of this. So let's... Oh, no, that is there. So maybe that bit they can't, I guess. Contamination from up here. Okay. So probably we don't want to plant this, but we will terraform it so that it's land we can make use of for something. Because why wouldn't we want to do that? Over here, we are getting pretty low on water. So what I think I'll do is let's prioritize obtaining water into here. And we'll just do a little bit of a shuffle of resources. And I still don't get why the 2 water pumps we have here, these 2 big water pumps, can't support a population of like 25 beavers through a drought. It just amazes me. The only thing that I can maybe think of is, yeah, they do export water, so maybe we should turn that off. And really the only thing that needs to be coming out of this district is metal. So let's kind of make it so that that's the case, I guess. Yeah, let's scrap metal we want to be exporting. Scrap metal and metal are the only things that we need to be exporting out of that little district. And oh cool, they've got all of that built, so let's let them build this. We need to put in the water tank that these guys will be filling up, so we'll set that to water and obtain. I guess over here, what have we got loads of food-wise? Bread. Obtain. Carrots. Obtain. So this is just, I'm just looking at the foods that we are going to be exporting out of this district to the other district. Treated planks, yeah, we might as well do that. We probably need to put in some more storage for treated planks there. Scrap metal, no. Metal beams, no. Planks, yeah, why not? And we'll do logs again. So, right, let's pause. And pause. Actually, let's just pause the game. That's way easier. And manage distribution. So coming out of this district, everything except scrap metal and metal. Job's a good one. And then manage distribution. I'm going to, coming in, what do we need to bring in from this district? I think mainly logs, water. The foods that we provisioned for, so carrots, bread, potatoes, we'll bring in the that packaged meal, isn't it? Let's do planks, dynamite, treated planks, gears. Yeah, that's probably enough. So let's go, and I'm just going to have a couple of beavers that side and maybe a couple of beavers this side, and just see how that does us. And we're really good for food now, not so good for water, but we're going to, they bring, are we out of water in this? Oh, that's not good. It's not good. So why aren't import water? Go. And then these guys are going to be bringing water into this district. So yeah, that's bad. That's very bad. So maybe what we should do is, did we need to bring gears into this district? We did at one point. We don't really now. So delete. Storage. How quickly can you guys build a large water tank? Hopefully very. Hoping that both districts might chip in on building that. And then we'll use that to do some water transfer. Can we not get to those? Okay. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do is probably, let's just keep mapping out the, I guess the edge here is going to go just along there like that. Yeah, pretty much. And then around the back here, we're going to be 2 from the edge. Right there. And then there. And up here. That would be probably something like that. So if they build those, and we'll see what that looks like. And then I think we're going to rip this out and just fill the middle in, so that that is robust to the bad side. That's in. So let's unpause that, and they can then start pumping the bad water out of this area, because this is now contained. So that's good. They have almost built this, which is ridiculous. As soon as it is built, we're going to connect it to the main district, obtain and prioritize, and we'll use it to bring a whole load of water across. So someone come build it. There we go. So pause. Delete that. We're going to set it to water obtain prioritized by haulers. I wish there was like a super prioritize button, because I do have a habit of prioritizing lots of stuff. But yeah, if they could like maybe come and bring a load of water over, that'd be awesome. In fact, they are. That is awesome. Wow, look at that go. So that should very quickly fill up, and then we'll swap it across and we'll set it to empty, and that should hopefully keep the other colony going for the day and a half that we have left to go. So in fact, we'll do it on that. So let's delete that, connect it this way, set it to supply and prioritize by haulers, and this district now has 1,000 water. So awesome. These guys are bringing water across from this district. So what I think we do is we have loads in there. Maybe we drop that to 6 and we add, and so we have 6 in this one. So we've got 12 each side. We've got a few spare beavers over here, so we can bump that up. And yep. And things are going to go a bit pear-shaped when we unpause a whole load of water pumps, but that's really just going to take away from our haulers. Right, has that solved? It has. So we've now fixed this problem, which is great. And all I really need to do to put the path back the way it was is just put some platforms across there, and that'll be good. And we don't really need that staircase there now, so excellent. So yeah, this is obviously going to keep flowing forever because it's... Tell me they can get to those. Yeah, they can. They can't get the paper. Are we not importing paper? We should import paper from here. Let's also import paper. There we go. Because the district over here is making paper. They have 300 paper stored. So, right, let's detonate that. And then we can put in... Did they go down too far? I think I went too far. Maybe. I'm not sure. Anyway. Hey, they can use a ladder to maintain the flywheels. Let's go with that. These are only 2 high, not 3 high. Anyway, and then we can put another one on top. And do we need more, or do we want more water storage? Because we are maxing out the water. I'm going to put another large tank on top there, actually. Because we do manage to max out the water. How are we doing over here? These guys are okay now for water, which is good. Yeah, so what I was going to do is let's disconnect that. We will connect that up to there. We will set that then to supply. And there's now a decent amount of water over here. I know it's a little bit cheaty, but it works. Yeah, pleased with that. These guys are filling that in, and then basically they've got to do the power stuff. They've got to do the smelters. They are working on one of those. That's the bad side over. Obviously, this area won't change. This guy's got a lot of work to do to pump all of this out. I am kind of tempted to just throw in a deep mechanical pump. Because we've got power right here. I am very tempted to throw in a temporary deep mechanical pump. Oh, I feel like I've got a cold coming again. Yep, that's all looking pretty good. So, yep. Do we bite the bullet on changing this? I think we do. So let's actually, rather than wasting the potato crop, let's set that to unplant. We can work on filling in around it as we can. All of that area. maybe all of this area as well. We'll delete that. And this will essentially make this island safe from the bad water. Using a slightly different approach. So let's... These pumps are going. We need to wait for the contamination to get pulled away from there so those can go. But the awesome thing is these pumps need prioritizing. But they will be able to start pumping straight away. And what they do is a good thing. Yeah, and what I'm hoping, and someone did confirm that this idea should work, is that this channel will help pull the bad water away quicker. So we'll see how that works out. And what we could do now is we need to, once the bad water's gone, we need to reconnect up here. But we could join this up here, so we could throw in a staircase there and put the path across this way, and we could then continue with this. So what I think we'll do is we'll delete that piece of path and we'll bring a path. Let's go across here. And how wide do we want this stream to be? 6? Yeah, 6. So we'll put all of that in and let's run that all the way up. We probably need to leave a gap there. And then we will turn the stream. So how wide is... I can't tell how wide that is. Actually, let's let them place what we've got in so far. So that's clean. That water is not... That's only 2% contamination here. That's clean enough that we can put that path back as well. And they can start placing all of that. You need to be set to Vasa. These are all going now, which another bad tide approaching. So we are going to open. Oh, that's set on automatic, and I guess that's not going to clear, is it, with what we've got going on now? But that's okay because our expanded channel is coping. So awesome, that's dried out. That is a problem actually, because we wanted to get clean water out of here. So I'm going to could I just manually force it open? No, we're going to go here. We're going to disable during temperate, and I'm going to open it. And I guess what we need is almost like, because it's simple triggers, not complicated triggers. We almost need like a, I think like a time delay. So like a day after, or I need to put a double layer in, maybe. So like when this is full, this can open. But I don't really think I can do that. But now that that's sorted, we can re-enable it. And that should work because it's clean water. So, and then, yeah, we will want to, let's prioritize that by haulers so they can get it unless our bad water storage is full. Okay. So I guess we can turn that off for now. because we do need to get this dried out. And then we will need to hydrate it and see what we can farm in here. Yeah. Right. These guys are hopefully refilling their water. So let's delete those and we can put that back and that can be set to obtain again. So yeah, we're kind of short of beavers actually, and we need more accommodation in here. So although I hadn't planned to, maybe we need to build, I don't really want to build all of the accommodation as underground accommodation. Let's put some more housing there. We'll put another one in. We're actually quite a lot of beavers short. But hey, it's okay. That's because all of these are on. We want those to be paused so that the reservoir fills up. And I guess pretty soon we're going to have to stop all of this so that they are all clear before the bad tide kicks in. I might actually do that when they go to sleep. I might delete the 2 sets of stairs that I put in so that we can, yeah. And an option for protecting a bunch of the colony from bad tide would be to have a much bigger river here that could take the whole lot and make this. I don't think this would be deep enough, wide enough. We'd have to get rid of some of this island that we've just built. But I do prefer my option of sending it that way. Obviously no drought farm when there's no drought, because you can't drought farm without a drought. I wonder if we need to pump this water out. We've got another bad tide coming, so we can't really make use of this island yet. But with a bit of work, we will be able to make use of this one once they clear that potato crop out. We will make use of this quite extensively, I think. This is going to be more tricky because we're not going to get clean water in here before the, because this is still fairly deep. Yeah. What time is it? Sorry. I apologize for the game sound dropping out. I have no other way of easily checking that we're still recording. So awesome. Those are in. So, and our first 2 smelters are in. I think we'll pause them for the moment. I had to do a quick pause because one of the dogs went to get a drink and it's quite loud and it's not the nicest noise in the world. So let's hook up these now. And yeah, at the moment in this district, we are 12 beavers short, but we've got now the capacity for more. Obviously, once the bad tide kicks in, we'll free up 6 beavers as well, so we can then maybe start smelting our own metal. So we will unpause building the last 2 smelters. But the next step, I think, is to put in another layer of windmills, and we can probably just go along here. And we're going to have a bit of fun connecting those up, but actually we don't need that path that runs all the way out there. So we can delete that and we'll hook across. Let's do that, and then we can do that, and then we'll just have to work out how to connect up that last one. And then probably what we will do is put a piece of explosives there so we can step up and start putting power in here. And we could put power out across here, but a drought would probably be better for that, so that we can get beavers into the decontamination, or into an area where it's not contaminated. Right. Oh, I almost forgot. That one didn't get built anyway. These are... Right, let's delete you. You're not built. Path there. We should be okay. Why is that? Ah, it's the one underneath. Do we need storage for anything else? Hey, let's do more grilled potatoes. More food is good. More food is good. This all worked okay. I think these are automated. Yeah, so that's okay. Yeah, no beavers going into the pollution, which is good. This is slowly drying out. I think we could almost encourage it so that bad water doesn't get in here by directing this another way. Get these potatoes harvested so that we can start putting more stuff in. They're cracking on with it. They're cracking on with it. So what we're going to need to do is put that there, probably. That there, and run that along there. And make sure that, I guess, maybe we unplant that square, which is quite, actually maybe we delete that square. Long term we're going to get much more usable farmland back, so. And then yeah, we want to delete you. That can stay because we're going to keep the water hole. Probably all of this stuff needs to go. So we will need to put back storage, but that can all go. You can go. You can go. Delete the middle layer, and then they can recover those goods. Hopefully they will recover those goods. Are we out of dirt? We are not. Now, let's just do a quick scan around. Everything looks okay. We now have spare beavers to pump water out of there. Awesome. Those potatoes are just sat above the level of the reservoir, because there are floodgates here to control the level of the reservoir. Yeah. Cool. That's all going in. So this is now producing pretty ridiculous amounts of power. Over here, we can, I think we can start the smelters off. So we probably need to build a bigger log storage, but what I actually want to do is get it so these guys are making their own logs with this kind of water system that we're building. And we're going to want to have a dam in there. I think that'll help, the same as we've got here, just to help keep water in things. And yeah, I think we will wait until sunrise and then we're going to call it a day. Because I've been going for quite a while, I think. Right, all of those crops are gone. So let's high prioritize that and put in the rest of this. There we go. So, yeah, once they've built that, we can, and they come and get rid of this as well, we can delete this path, put this in, put some paths across, and job will be a good one. But it is daytime, so I am going to call it a day there. So thanks for watching, guys. Hope you have enjoyed the video. If you did, click the like button. Comments, questions or suggestions below, and I will see you next time.